This is going to be the first of multiple breakdown videos I'm going to do for Super Bowl 58. As I've watched the game film, there are multiple aspects of this game that I wish to talk about with regard to the outcome. For this video, we're going to focus on the two read option plays that the Chiefs ran in Super Bowl 58. Both of these plays were successful. One, midway through the third quarter, got the Chiefs into field goal range, with the other being the now infamous 4th and 1. So let's go ahead and talk about what the Chiefs did to take advantage of the Niners defense. All right, so we've gone back to the start of the first read option, the one that occurred midway through the third quarter, gained 20 plus yards, and really got the Chiefs into field goal range. And when you think about these two plays, there's really two parts to them. There's the front side and the back side. So we have the front side, which is going to be outside zone by Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with the offensive line all blocking outside zone to the left. And then we're going to have the back side. And the back side includes Noah Gray, right here, who's going to go in motion. He's going to get set. And at the snap, he's going to feint like he's going inside the block. And then he's going to run an arrow route right here. Okay. You're going to have Rashee Rice, who's going to run a slant against Logan Ryan. And then Valdez-Scantling against Ward. He's going to run a clear out route. And so the key for Patrick Mahomes on this play, who Patrick Mahomes is reading, is Nick Bosa. And I'm going to just be kind of blunt in my assessment. I don't know if the 49ers do it differently or anything, but this is kind of like high school, college stuff almost. I know he said some things about how they didn't really practice for the read option, but this is stuff that they teach high school and college kids about, playing the read option. He's going to turn and he's going to chase the back. I will say there's one caveat, and I've talked with the other guys who coach. Some teams do teach to have the ends chase and then someone replace in a gap exchange. But I don't think that's what's happening here. And the reason I don't think that this is what's happening here on this play is just due to the fact that the 49ers are in man coverage, because Gibson, he's going to go with the motion. He's going to line up over here over Gray. And then when Gray goes on his route, he's going to cover him. So if your plan is that because Gray's staying in the block, well, that works for Gibson to come up and help stop. But you're really relying on the offense doing exactly what you want them to do as a defense, as opposed to the offense running something different. So I personally would not have my ends crash like Nick Bosa does. And we've seen Nick Bosa do it a lot of times where Nick Bosa chases the running back, tries to cut inside of a blocker, and it kind of leaves the backside open. And this happened here 2 times in this game. So let's go ahead and rerun the play. As we talk about, see, there's Gibson who jumps over to the other side. And all Mahomes is looking at, it's not even a great fake. Mahomes doesn't even really give a great fake. It's just kind of stick it in the breadbasket and then pull it quickly, because Bosa is aggressive. And you'll see this from the end zone view. And all he's looking at are the shoulders of Bosa. Are Bosa's shoulders square, or are they turned just like you saw? So let's go back, okay? We got Gray who's lining up. Bosa's still head up. Here's the thing I would say. If Bosa had been more inside, like right here, inside of Noah Gray, then I could see, hey, I'm going to go inside of him. But he's kind of still outside of Gray. He's almost head up. There's no need to be this aggressive as he is. And again, I would prefer that he squeeze down the line. Basically, he's going to come up, stay square to the line like this, and then squeeze down the line, shuffling down the line, keeping an eye on Mahomes. That way, if Mahomes gives it, then you can squeeze down, help cut off the backside. And if Mahomes pulls it, then you're there to help kind of chase, not give him a lane to take. That's not what it happens. And as we saw, it's just a simple, quick pull for Mahomes. There's no one to cover him because the 49ers are in man coverage, thanks in part to the triple option of the pass routes. And yes, this is triple option, guys. This is pulling the ball, reading the end, pulling the ball, and then basically it's almost like a pitch out. If someone comes at you, if the pitch key comes at you, pitching the ball. If someone comes up, then that's who Mahomes would throw it to, but no one came up. They're all in man coverage, so it just made it simple. And the sad part on this play is that Bill Jr. really does do a good job. He comes off and he really wins to the outside. That if I run it again so you guys can see, you'll see if Bosa just squeezes down, he's going to have the tackle on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Maybe it's only a yard gain. Maybe it's not a loss. But instead of giving up 20-plus yards, you're maybe only giving up 1 or 2. Okay. So that's how that play worked out. Now, the 49ers did take a different tactic in the 4th and 1 play, the 4th and really not even 1, 4th and short play. Let's go to that one right now. All right, so here is the 4th and basically half a yard, quarter of a yard, whatever you want to call it. But this is the game for all intents and purposes. 49ers get a stop here. They win the Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are basically going to run a similar type of a play with the RPO. And pre-snap, you're going to go ahead and have Kelsey come in motion. And at the snap, he's going to run back across as though he's running a wham block. And then he's going to run an arrow. Valdez-Scantling is going to run a slant. Rice is going to run a slant. So basically, they're running double slants. And because we're getting the slant by Valdez-Scantling, he's going to run into Warner. Warner actually recognizes, I think, quicker than anybody else that Mahomes is going to keep the ball. Nick Bosa, he's going to crash once again. And it may look like, because they're in zone coverage, that Warner is supposed to replace him, but I don't think it is. I think Warner is just recognizing quicker, and he's going to run over. But because of the route, remember, again, this is the triple option football. Because of the route, Warner's stuck. He has to stay with the receiver because if he doesn't, well, Mahomes is just going to throw him the ball, right? Ward's up top. He's going to be the same situation where Mahomes can throw the ball if needs be. I know that they're using Kelsey specifically because if nobody goes with Kelsey, he's going to throw it to him. And you're going to have Logan Ryan, who's right here, who is going to go with Kelsey because, well, obviously you're not going to leave their tight end wide ass open as he's running. And this is where the pressure's put on, even in zone coverage, because even if you're the backside defender in gap exchange, you have to respect the routes being run. Okay, let me go ahead and erase all that, and you'll see it's outside zone and play side. The guys against it do pretty good. Okay, they actually kind of do pretty decent, but again, it's going to be notice. I think Fred sees it, but remember we've got routes being run. They've got to go with the routes. Bosa has crashed down. He's turned his shoulders, and now all they need is a half a yard, and they're going to get more than that, and it's a first down. Okay, it's really well designed by the Chiefs here. Okay, they're taking advantage. They obviously have seen on film that Bosa's a little aggressive at times on the backside. And maybe the 49ers aren't necessarily very good at replacing, but also having those extra routes really puts pressure on your own defense. And so I think they saw in the third quarter when that play worked really well. Let's go back to it, especially at a critical fourth down. It's going to be in Mahomes' hand or even Kelsey's hands. And so just a great play call by Andy Reid. And it keeps the drive going, and we all know what happened from there. Chiefs go down, score touchdown, win the game. And I'm going to be kind of honest. The last play of the game, same situation. They're pulling a lineman, but they've got the backside routes, and Bosa's aggressive, and no one's able to really cover all the routes, and at least the touchdown. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gave you some insight of what was happening during the Super Bowl. These two plays, they weren't like the defining moment of the game being won. But again, one led to a field goal. Remember, they were able to kick a field goal at the end of the game. The Chiefs were able to kick a field goal end of the game to tie it up. That might have made a difference right there, especially if they made extra point. Stop the 4th and inches right here. You win the game as well. So just different things that occurred, guys. But I wanted to talk about, like I said, this is going to be the first of many, many videos. There's some things I got to say about the 49ers offensive line as well. So if you're enjoying this type of content, please make sure to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Have a great rest of the day. I want to give a shout out to all of our booster members that are supporting the channel. If you wish to have your name in a video just like this, please make sure to join at the link down below at the booster member or above. On the next screen, there will be another recommended video. It will be a breakdown video, most likely. Check it out. See what you think of it. Some of them might be commentary, but most of my videos are breakdowns. We'll see you later, though, and have a good one.